You're watching KDAF TV, Dallas-Fort Worth, WB33.
Ahora, KNBN TV, Canal 33, queda fuera del aire. This is KNBN TV, Channel 33, signing off the air.
This is KRLD TV, signing on the air. Metro Media Television, serving Dallas-Fort Worth. This is the KRLD 7 p.m. News. With Quinn Matthews, Carl White Sports, and Joe Reardon with the weather.
Good evening. Thanks very much for joining us. We are glad you're with us for this inaugural broadcast of KRLD TV News. In the top story, a fired Dallas ambulance call screening nurse has lost the second round in her fight to get her job back.
Live from KDAF, Dallas-Fort Worth, this is WB33 News at 9. A full hour of WB33 News at 9 starts right now. Live from KDAF, Dallas-Fort Worth, this is WB33 News at 9.
This is a hard thing to imagine, that a mother could inflict fatal injuries on her child. But in this case, it appears that that's indeed what happened.
Tragedy in Plano. Police say this baby girl was suffocated by her mother, and some believe Child Protective Services ignored blatant warnings that she was in danger. Good evening. I'm Tom Crespo.
And I'm Terry Chappelle.
You're watching WB33 News at 9 with Tom Crespo, Terry Chappelle, Crystal Thornton, consumer reporter Marty Griffin, entertainment with Victoria Sneed, sports with Dave Crone, and weather with Chief Meteorologist Glenn Moray.
Well, the Pentagon says several hundred enemy fighters have been killed, but...
Live from KDAF Dallas-Fort Worth, this is WB33 News at 9 with Tom Crespo, Terry Chappelle, entertainment with Victoria Sneed, sports with Bob Erzik, and weather with meteorologist Jay Ritchie.
If you smoke, this is something you need to know. Pretty soon, Dallas restaurants that usually allow...
Next on WB33 News at 9, the temperature in North Texas is dipping fast. Fred Barnhill will have your chilly forecast. Plus, a new bin Laden tape has surfaced threatening more terror attacks. And foreigners entering U.S. airports will have to go through extra security beginning tomorrow. Also, pop singer Britney Spears got hitched, and she gave her groom a special gift. The news starts right now.
Live from KDAF Dallas-Fort Worth, this is WB33 News at 9.
It got cold rather quickly today. Yes, it's pretty windy.
Sure was a rude awakening for North Texans, bracing for cold temperatures as the chill of winter returns. Good evening, I'm Dawn Tongish. Jim is off. We begin tonight with our chilly and changing weather. What a difference a day makes.
Texas teenager is dead. 2 others injured in a hit-and-run accident. And a toddler is hit by a car. Also,
a knife-wielding robber stabs a customer at this Rowlett convenience store. I'm Barry Carpenter. I'll have their surveillance video in the story coming up.
Plus, Dan Rather issues an apology to the president. And the new Dallas police chief proves he's serious about cleaning up the department. A full hour of the News at 9 starts right now.
Live from Dallas-Fort Worth, WB.
We want to know why in today's time in America that we are still seeing color. These are kids.
Was this North Texas teenager who died in a hit and run in Oklahoma targeted because of his race? His family thinks so. Good evening, I'm Terry Chappelle.
And I'm Tom Crespo. The college student from Arlington was killed in a crash in Oklahoma. 2 others from North Texas were hurt.
You're watching the News at 9 with Tom Crespo, Terry Chappelle, entertainment with Victoria Sneed, Sports with Bob Erzik. And weather with Chief Meteorologist Bob Guzman. This is WB33 News at 9 with Tom Crespo, Terry Chappelle. Entertainment with Victoria Snee. Sports with Bob Erzik. And weather with Chief Meteorologist Bob Guzman. You're watching CW33 News at 9 with Tom Crespo, Terry Chappelle. Entertainment with Victoria Snee. Sports with Bob Erzik. And weather with Chief Meteorologist Bob Guzman.
90 years. That's the sentence for a second teenager.
Get the stories you need and want on the 33 News at 9.
Now, live, this is CW33 News at 9.
A doctor said to take desperate measures to save a man's best friend.
He accidentally shot his dog in the face while they were out hunting.
Thunderstorms continue to rumble through the Metroplex. You can see them exiting Dallas County, moving into Coffin County and Rockwall County, Ellis County, Johnson.
Too many people that wouldn't do it.
Right now at 9, Helping Hand. Hear from a North Texas man who risked his own life to pull another driver from his car just moments before it burst into flames.
You know, in Texas, we love our beef, and that's the biggest offender for the environment.
Plus, environmental eating, the push to bring a new type of green to the dinner table.
We let our patriotism and our creative expression through our hands and our cakes.
And a look at some top treats to help celebrate Barack Obama's historic inauguration.
You're watching the 33 News.
The strong wind makes it hard to even walk through this Midwest snowstorm. This video is from Cleveland, and while no snowstorms are headed our way, we're about to get a taste of winter temperatures here in North Texas. We begin tonight in the Weather Center with Rebecca Miller. It's going to get really cold overnight, isn't it,
It
Rebecca?
really is some of the coldest air that we have seen since 2007. Boy, that video looked miserable.
Don't want that.
No, we don't want that. Fortunately, we're not going to be looking at...
Up at Children's Hospital, now they're taking extraordinary measures to try to stop the spread. And a terror warning about gathering places across the country. See what's being done to be sure you're safe at the State Fair of Texas.
This is the 33 News at 5:30.
Lightning lit up the sky on the last night of summer, bringing in cooler weather for the first day of fall. Rebecca Miller joins us now for a look at our forecast. A great day today.
Yeah, sure feels like fall out there, and it officially started at 4:18 this afternoon. It looks like fall. We have a few people.
I know what I'm driving. I'm talking to people. Sometimes it is a big distraction, yeah.
Right now at 9, cell phone crackdown, a new proposal, the toughest yet against talking while behind the wheel.
I'm probably in a better place than I was 20 years ago.
Plus, a revolutionary new liposuction procedure. It's minimally invasive and available only here in North Texas.
When they told me, I just couldn't believe it. I was kind of in the back of my head, not.
And local students packed their bags for D.C., set to capture next week's historic inauguration for a high school documentary.
You're watching the 33 News.
Good evening, I'm Tom Crespo. We begin tonight with a helicopter crash on a university campus in Texas.
The rain is falling in North Texas. There's risk of severe weather with the front as it moves through our area tonight, but it's not expected to be widespread. Some places could see as much as 1 inch to 1.5 inches of rain, and we could sure use it. Good evening, everyone. I'm Mark Hayes, filling in for Amanda Fitzpatrick. Thank you for joining us. We've got a lot to get to. Nightcap starts right now. And shot number 5, billed as good green fun. This year's St. Patrick's Day Parade promised to be more subdued than in years past. Irish or not, more than 100,000 people got their groove on. Matter of fact, they still are. The party all started with a big parade down to Greenville. This morning, folks lined the streets to watch dozens of colorful floats making the slow trek from Blackwell to SMU Boulevard. The annual celebration was sponsored by the Dallas Mavericks. Owner Mark Cuban.
Thanks for tuning in. I'm Amanda Fitzpatrick, and Nightcap starts right now. Shot number 5, Ted Cruz and a new strategy to eliminate Obamacare. Okay, has the Texas senator finally found a way to get the president and his party to negotiate changes to the new health care law?
The debt ceiling historically has been among the best leverage that Congress has to rein in the executive.
So yes.
If you're sick and tired of depositing your money into your bank and then getting charged fees for accessing it, not to mention a sentiment against...
I'm at Coconut's Fish Cafe, and when we come back, we're going to show you the proper way to make your summer delicious. Stay with us.
Well, you know, we love to tease Brooke about her lack of cooking abilities, but what you may not... No, I'm saying I take it all back. It's a myth. That is a myth.
It's not a myth, it's a lie.
Okay.
It's a not funny lie.
Okay. She can cook.
Yes, and I cook all the time. I don't know why this started.
That's why I said I take it all back. No, I take it back. I said
Hillary doesn't cook, and we support her.
She doesn't cook.
I choose to never go in the kitchen ever.
Summertime is in. Sugary drinks are out. They don't do any good for you, especially in the heat. So we have some alternatives that are sure to quench your thirst.
Hey guys, we're here this morning with Dr. Felicia Stoller, and she's going to be helping us make some better food swaps this summer. So how can we make it better for ourselves?
Well, first of all, one source of extra calories in the American diet is...
But I know you ain't in love with them, break up with them. I know that you're so done with them, break up with them, break up with them.
We always find the perfect music for these segments. Welcome back to Morning Dose. It seems that fewer of us are checking the married box these days. Research is showing that only 50% of American adults
go on too many dates, but I can't make them stay.
Welcome back, everyone, to Morning After. It's 10:22 here on this Monday morning, June 15th. Good to have you here with us.
We are talking about not melting down on this Monday. This is just our way of working some free therapy into the show for us and for all of you. So for Don't Have a Meltdown Monday, we bring in Lee Richardson, who's a licensed professional counselor and founder of the Brain Performance Center. Good morning, Lee.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Oh, we're so glad. We are so needing this right now. So here's the thing. Often when we have times of stress, like say you're working towards...
Dial up the drama with Bill, Steve, and the Test. Weekday morning starting at 9 on CW33.